The body does not move through time the way the mind does. Something from 10 years ago can still sit in the body like it happened yesterday. Because your body is not asking when it happened. What it's asking is, are you still carrying it? Or did you let it go? When a person genuinely forgives, something measurable happens immediately. Cardiovascular function shifts. Cortisol drops. Immune markers change. The biology responds to an interior event, which means forgiveness was never primarily a moral act. It was never really about anyone. The body doesn't care about the moral framework. It's only tracking one thing. Are you still holding the guilt? Unforgiveness is not just emotionally painful, it is physically expensive. The memory surfaces and your body responds. Your chest may get heavy, your breathing shifts, your body tightens before your mind even catches up. And your inner critic starts speaking before you even open your eyes in the morning. And the weight of it follows you through all day. The body keeps paying for what the mind keeps replaying. And if you're holding it towards someone else, they may have already moved on and do not even know that they're sitting inside of you. But your body knows. And it is the one carrying the cost every day. The only one paying the biological cost is you. Your body. Self-forgiveness moves in two directions. So we're going to talk about that, and because they need to be named. The first one is what you did, what you chose, even when some part of you knew better, or maybe you did not fully understand what you were doing until the damage was already done, but now you're carrying it. And you're not carrying just because of what happened, but because a part of you believe that if you put it down, it would mean like you're letting yourself off way too easy. So you hold on to it. As if the guilt itself is proof that you care. So as long as you continue holding on that guilt from what happened, you're telling yourself, yeah, I'm showing that I care about this. But the carrying is not atonement. The carrying is not making it right. The carrying is just the body draining itself over something that no longer can be changed. What happened, happened. It's already done. It exists now only in what the body is still holding around it. And your body was not designed to hold this indefinitely. It was designed to move through, to feel, process, release, and restore. That is the body's natural intelligence. And all it's asking from you is for permission to return to it. Now, you know me by now, and you know everything that I do comes from my own experience. So forgiveness didn't come easy for me. As a child, I was constantly apologetic for even existing. And as I grew older, the pattern deepened. I had been carrying so much regret and had not been able to forgive myself that I had to learn how to forgive. Not just others, but myself first. And what I found was that it wasn't about finding the right way to fix what happened, or going back to them, or making it right, or finding the perfect words. It began with me. Not in my thought process, in my body. Staying with it long enough to let it release. And I made it bigger than it actually was. And in holding the guilt so tightly, I just brought more trauma to my body. Because what you hold tightly to, you repeat. The repeat offense stayed because the original wound was never released. And the moment that I stopped gripping, the pattern began to change. It shifted. The second direction is what you allowed to happen to you. And this one sits a little differently because it carries a shame that doesn't always have a name. Why didn't I leave sooner? Why did I stay? Why did I say yes when everything in me was already saying no? Why did I make this choice? Why didn't I protect myself? And the honest answer, when you're willing to look at it clearly, is almost always the same. You did what you knew how to do with the awareness that you had at the time, with the wounds that were already present before that moment ever arrived, with the capacity that was available to you then. The version of you that allowed all of it was not weak. You were navigating conditions you did not fully choose from a place that was already wounded before that person or that situation ever arrived. And you deserve the same compassion you would give without hesitation to someone you love who went through the same thing. Genuine self-forgiveness is a somatic event before it is anything else. It is not a decision made in the mind. It is something in the chest that has been held for months or years, quietly beginning to release. The shoulders drooping, the breath changing, the cortisol that was being maintained by what remained unresolved, stopping at that level. The cardiovascular system that had been braced, beginning to soften. The immune system that chronic unforgiveness had been quietly suppressing, beginning to restore. The body responds immediately to the interior shift. And it doesn't always come all at once. Sometimes it arrives in layers. Sometimes one layer release at a time. But each one giving the body a little more room. Each one returning a little more of what the holding had been taken. There were times in my forgiveness where I thought, am I doing it right? Is this working? Because you think you need to be doing something bigger, much more grand. It is not. It's the simple things. So the question is not, am I ready? The question is not, have I suffered enough to earn this peace? The question is not, does releasing it mean that what happened was okay? The question is very simple. Am I willing to let the body begin to put it down? And it doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to be all at once. Just willing, even a little bit, just a little bit, to start loosening the grip. Because really and truly, the release was never for them. It's for you. For the immune system quietly waiting to restore. For the body that has been paying a cost that was never yours to keep paying. You are allowed to let it go. Not because you have earned it, not because you think enough time has passed. Because it was never designed to carry it forever. And your body has been waiting patiently for you to remember that. Selah. If something in you wants to go deeper, or you feel like you need someone to be beside you, walk beside you while you do this forgiveness, there's a free session in the link in my bio that you can check out, and we can have casual conversations free of charge for about 20 minutes, and we can go from there. We can do that. And if this felt familiar to you and something inside of you connected, please subscribe and stay close. There are others in here that are unfolding as well.